babes, and welcome to another episode of the Cast Iron Gamer, where my mixer is red, my pomegranate is red, my favorite character in Pokemon is red, so clearly, I'm hashtag Team Mystic. Now, unless you've been living under a golem for the past couple weeks, you know about the latest big game that has come exploding onto our phones, Fruit Ninja. But of course, I'm talking about Pokemon Go. Now, back when the original games came out, way back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, for my generation, you know, the original, the red and blue, they were an explosion. Pokemon Go has been even bigger, but this, for us back then, it was huge. And kids everywhere longed to be that 10-year-old they saw go off on an adventure and find Pokemon by themselves. And of course, the Pokemon Company has finally given us that in our phones. So now, at the ripe old age of 26, I can finally go out into the world and explore and catch my own Pokemon. My mom and dad said so. So let's just talk about our Pokemon list, okay? So I have an Onix, I caught it the other day. And I evolved my Machop into Machoke finally. I've been trying to get some action in gyms, but I'm just like, how are these people at level 24 already? What the hell? I'm at like 10. So I have some photos. I've got, here's my Charmander in a sailor suit. Here's my Mankey. He's got little boxing gloves on. It's so cute. He's just waiting to evolve. So now I know what you're thinking. Pokemon Go. Where's the food in that? Where are you getting food from, KC, Cast Iron Gamer? Well, clearly, I'm gonna be making some Toros burgers. It's the only way to go. I know, Pokepita is gonna have my head for this, but no, okay. No, seriously, while this isn't a direct reference to Pokemon Go, I was able to find a couple different food items going through all the Pokemon games that I thought we could bring into our real-world experience here. And the one I chose originally came into Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire back in Gen 3, and it's called the Lava Ridge Lava Cookie. Now, the direct Japanese to English translation is actually Lava Ridge Rice Cracker, but for our purposes and to make this a little bit more fun and celebratory, I decided to go with sticking with a lava cookie. And now here's where it got interesting. As you know, any kind of item that you buy in the Pokemon worlds is going to pertain to Pokemon and battles somehow, right? So the effect of this item was curing status ailments. This was a challenge. I like to stick as close to reality as possible, but also paying homage to the game here on this show. I was trying to come up with how to balance the joy and the fun of, eating a cookie and the, sweetness, but also give you a little bit of health mixed in there. So, without any further ado,
prepare for trouble
and make it double.
Applesauce, Stivia, and Brown Sugar begin this dish.
With salt, baking powder, and soda, we'll get our wish.
Peanut butter and vanilla are what we love.
Pomegranate seeds make it rise above.
Oats and eggs.
Flour and chocolate.
Team Rocket bakes the best cookies on the street.
Surrender now and don't leave your seat.
Meowth, let's eat.
Oh, there's a Raihan over here. Oh, a Pikachu! Ladies and gentlemen and Pokemon trainers of all kinds, here we go. Starting out by taking that applesauce, sliding it right in here. So this is the part where you would normally, mix in your butter and sugar, but remember the applesauce is the replacement for our butter here. So take your applesauce, your brown sugar, make sure it's tightly packed before dropping it in there, and your Stivia. Got a little dusting right over the whole thing, and just start your mixing away. Now, as soon as you start your mixer, you're pretty much not going to be turning it off for the rest of this recipe. It'll start to form like a creamy texture, and once it's nice and creamy, not very long at all, take your one egg and crack it in here. Oh, what's it gonna be? Delicious. Allow that egg to beat in. Probably just would have been a Goldine or something. Once that egg is beaten in, go ahead and drop in your vanilla. And once that's done, we're gonna be putting in most of the rest of our stuff. Go ahead and get in flour. Again, don't turn off the mixer, just keep it going a little bit at a time. You can hand mix all of this if you want. Skadoosh! And sprinkle in that salt, baking soda, baking powder, pour it right in. The only times you should ever stop this mixing process is like right now for me. I have a little flour and powders around the edge, so I'm just gonna stop it for a quick moment and get all of this added down. Remember, you gotta take great care with this. You wanna be the best, like no one ever will. What I went with here, instead of just regular peanut butter, I decided to go with this peanut butter powder. So what it is crushed peanuts to the point where they've turned it into this powder form, and it's eliminated all the fats and the oils and the mucks and the grimers. And like you did with the flour, just add in these oats nice and slow, nice and slow. This allows them all to mix nice and evenly. You want an even team. You don't want all ground types. Make sure you got a nice and spread out. Team Valor, they just go ahead and just throw all this in at one point and go everywhere. Team Mystic, be a Team Mystic. Slow and steady. My cameraman's on Team Instinct. He's getting mad at me right now. Now, much like if we were making oatmeal raisin cookies, this is the point where we add in our pomegranate seeds. But KC, what about the chocolate? Hold up. I said this is a lava cookie. The chocolate is actually not going to go in this recipe. What we're going to do is we kept it off to the side. I'll show you that in just a second. Blam! Take yourself some cooking spray. Get yourself some cooking spray. Let's give that a nice spritz. Spray the spoon a little bit too. This will help you out. It's like just doing it with a spoon, the way my mama taught me. Now this batter is gonna seem very moist and stuff. You may be a little concerned about it, may say, you know, I think it needs a little bit more flour. But trust me, once this bakes up, it will be just fine. Consider this your base level, your little, the Bulbasaur, if you will, of this recipe. You're just gonna put a scoop of this on the bottom of your muffin tray. And yes, we're using a muffin tray here, not a cookie sheet. It's gonna help get us the stack. Oh, real quick, I forgot to mention, whip out your Charmander, get him to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Of course, that's what Pokemon are good for, fighting and manually. Now we're gonna take our dark chocolate chunks. We have here, again, unsweetened. Just kind of get these right in the center. Don't push them down too much. You don't want to get them, you don't want them to pierce the bottom layer. Now let's get the last bit on here. Start at one edge, kind of work your way to the other, making sure the chocolate stays in the center. So there we go. There's not really much left to do now but throw these bad boys under the fire and get them cooking. So, Charizard, come on. Use flamethrower on these bad boys. Come on, chop chop.
What you're gonna do is stick it in your preheated oven for about 20 to 25 minutes.
It looks like a muffin, I promise. It tastes like a cookie. Pretty much what we've done here is stack two cookies on top of each other. And the center is a nice dose of gooey chocolate. If you want more of like a lava effect, feel free to add more chocolate. Oh. I'm about to be a Blastoise and Hydro Pump. Full of Magmar and Fire Blast. Getting Rye horny up in here. Guys, thank you for tuning in to this special episode of the Cast Iron Gamer, where the adventure starts in the kitchen. I'll catch you later.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are, unless you're Samus, in which case Sora and King Mickey will come to stop you every time, so you can't really have anything you want.